Hey, what's going on, everybody? Boilon here, back for another episode of Blogs with Boilon Friday. Now, before we get started with the blog, though, I do want to thank everyone for their patience, for their support, for their kindness over the last few days with my incidents with Loki. If you've been following along both on YouTube and on Discord and on the GoFundMe page that we put up, it's been an amazing outpouring of support from the community over this, and I can't thank you guys enough. And so, before we get started with the blog video today, I want to share with you guys this clip of Loki. He is back home now, and I'm more than happy that he's back. He's on his road to recovery, and so I just want to share this before we get started with the blog. Look, everybody, it's Loki. Loki, come say hi. Yeah. Oh, he likes to look out the window. Yeah. Yeah, Loki. Oh no, now you're looking the wrong way. Loki. You feeling better? You look better. Yeah. Yeah. There you are. Yeah, so Loki's back home now. And we want to thank everybody for their support over the last few days to getting Loki home since the incident on Tuesday. And he's just going to be recovering over the next few days, over the weekend, and hopefully, with luck, there won't be any new things going on, and we can get back to life as normal. But I really do want to thank everyone for their patience, their kindness, and their support for helping Loki recover. So we're back at home, taking it easy. I think it's going to be a slow weekend for us, but I think that's something that we need. Isn't that right, Loki? And all of the fur. Can we roll over? Can we show the fur? Oh, no. All of his fur. They shaved his fur at the bottom, but that's where the ultrasound was. Maybe you can see a little bit here. So yeah, Loki's double coated, double fur coat. Anyways, that'll come back. It'll grow back, and Loki will be starting to feel good as new pretty soon. So I just wanted to share this little video clip with you guys to let you know how he's doing. He's back at home now, which is great. So I want to thank you all once again, and yeah, I really appreciate it, everyone. Okay, so the master of many sizes, and I do want to say just really quickly, I do like the animations, right? Like I like what they did with Hank Pym here. I thought this pretty cool. It's big. He goes across the screen. It's pretty cool. And so the art's not really the problem. It's just this damn release method for this team is just, the Captain Britain noise and all that. But right. Okay, so what do we got? We got the Merc's Golden Bounty that's coming back around. I don't know if this is the last weekend for this. I think it might be. It's either this weekend or maybe there's one more after this. Either way, I got my Old Man Logan Awakened Ultimate like a weekend ago, maybe 2 weekends ago. I don't remember when I got it. But anyways, I think this might be closing out soon. So more gold. And if you're finishing up that Awakened Ultimate ability, Summer Camp Discovery. Now, I put a data mine in early in the week. I think maybe even last Friday, honestly, when this was announced. Or in the data mines. So hopefully you guys have been hoarding campaign energy. Now, I'm actually recording this on Thursday. So if you were taking a look at my current hoard of campaign energy, well, I'm almost at 5,000. In fact, I could probably core up a little bit more right now. So I'm going to do that while we're talking here. And this is something that you should have been doing since I brought it up. And if you haven't, well, actually, I'm going to leave this because it hasn't been the daily reset so I can get my Power Core web milestone thing done. But anyways, hopefully you've been hoarding your campaign energy. If you haven't, I mean, it's not the end of the day. You could start now if you want to, because this is going to be going live on Monday. And the event is actually solely campaign energy. Like, that's it. It's actually really easy to do, but there's a lot of things up for grabs as well. So I do want to mention that. Coordinated Adventure. This is just another way of saying Coordinated Assault for spending your ISO 8 energy. Now, this is where you may or may not want to core, depending on what you're looking to do. So you could be coring for the main event milestone. Could be coring for your Coordinated Adventure as well, which is the alliance-based milestone for spending energy. It's entirely up to you how much you want to spend next week in Power Cores. And then the web milestone is just spending the currency in the store, which is going to contain some orbs. Maybe there's going to be some other stuff in there, but I know for sure there's 4 different orbs. And one of those orbs does have a chance of red gear, which is why I made that video last week about why you should be hoarding your campaign energy because, any chance at additional red gear, I'm going to take it. So that's why I've been hoarding for the last little while. We have the Sylvie Blitz coming, a Sylvie Blitz coming, and North Star. I almost combined the two words there. North Star in the Strike Pass. And that might, for light spenders, if you're buying passes, might have some value there. There's going to be some red luminium, so for Black Cat for DD7, if that's something that you're interested in. Otherwise, the same stuff that's been in the Strike Pass so far. There is the Envoys Cosmic Crucible Tournament. We'll talk about that a little bit. I find that pretty interesting. And no, I'm not in that this time around. I think probably because of my issues from last time, they didn't bother to ask me this time around. But either way, I'm going to give my thoughts on that actually in a little bit here. And then the offer for Hank Pym is going to be July the 11th, which is next Thursday. So 9 days from Black Panther Shuri's. And I guess at that point, it's going to be not too long after that when you're going to need the 2 characters at 5-star to do the Captain. So that would be the earliest unlock for Captain Britain then, right? Because if I'm not mistaken, it's in the game right now. Well, like once the Hank Pym one goes live and you get the shield, right? The current one. So if we go to the illuminating assault, and you go in here for Black Panther Shuri, in this screen over here, actually, in fact, it should be, or over here, should be a Hank Pym one that pops up sometime like next week. And then once you get the shield, because if you go in here and you 2-1, you get the shield, right? So if you get those 2 shields, then you need to do the team one, which is here or not. Maybe it's not out yet. So I don't know what the date is actually of the team showcase, because you have to do that with the 5-star Black Panther Shuri and the Hank Pym in order to actually get them unlocked. I thought maybe that once you got Hank Pym that you could actually get them unlocked, but until we get the team showcase in the game, I guess you can't actually get Captain Britain. So maybe they'll wait another week. It'll be the following week sometime, which would be like, what would that put us? Like the middle of July, I guess. So we'll see when that comes, I suppose, because it's not there yet. We have a quick rumble, of course. And now this is interesting. And I'm kind of hating it a little bit. So the leader is going to the Cosmic Crucible store. Iron Patriot is going to the Spotlight Raid Orb. Now they're moving these characters through the Spotlight Raid Orb very quickly. And it's good for veterans, I guess, or people who have been able to hoard Spotlight Raid Orbs. As of recording this video, I have 35, a lot less than when Cosmic Ghost Rider initially went in. So when he goes in, maybe I'll have like 50 orbs, and that's like times 5 stars, so about 250. Might be able to get leader to about 6-star based on where he is right now for me. The thing is that it seems like once a month or even more or even quicker, they're moving through the Spotlight Raid Orb. Now, CGR is going to be moving into Villains Hard 6-9. So if you haven't finished farming him or out of the orb, then if you want to get more, he's going to be on a node. But they're using the exact same spots every single update. Okay, so the leader is in the Cosmic Crucible store. Who was in the Cosmic Crucible store that was just put in? Black Knight. And I don't know what the cost of leader is going to be. I don't know if he's going to be 750, a little bit under Black Knight, or if he's going to be 1,000 like Black Knight, and everything's just going up. I'm not too sure. But they've just been spamming people into the Cosmic Crucible store, which is very inconvenient for newer and mid-game players. Because there's so many good characters that you need to farm in there that they're just shoving them in there every single time. So what happened to farming characters out of the Blitz store? We did get Starbrand in the raid store, so there's that. So, but Blitz, Arena, no, sorry, Void Knight went in there too afterwards. So, okay, Blitz, War, they haven't done anything for the War store in quite some time. As far as new characters go, my War credits are definitely stacking up there. And I know that they don't really want to put people into the Blitz. They did do Gwenum, so that was a little bit ago. So basically, War should be up at this point, I suppose. But they're overusing the Cosmic Crucible store, and I think that's something that I'm gonna raise as a complaint here. Is that this is very not good. That's terrible English. It's just not good for newer and mid game players. Hank Pym, blah 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 blah. I'm gonna skip through most of this. Best deals around. Actually, I don't know. Are they? Are they doing the same thing with Hank Pym as they did for Black Panther Shuri? Is they're going to be the best deals ever? I don't know if they're offering that same line of language for Hank Pym or not. But either way, I'm not buying into him. I'm not buying into this team. So let's skip this. Envoys Cosmic Crucible Tournament next Thursday at noon Pacific time. If I'm not mistaken, it lasts for 3 hours. Each round is 1 hour. These are the 8 envoys there. I'm not on that screen, so you don't need to go watch. No, I'm just kidding. If you want to go watch it, it's fine. But I'm not in there. I do want to talk about the page, though, related to Cosmic Crucible. And what's really interesting, you can read this. It's already been out, so you can read this at your own leisure. They're going to be featuring the rules to season 9, of course. So I'm having a hard time staying motivated with Cosmic Crucible, both because of what's going on in my real life right now and because of the Illuminati team. Honestly, it's kind of blown the wind out of the sail a little bit there. But this is basically being just one gigantic showcase for Illuminati, and that's all this is, and the season rules. So it says right here, a full Illuminati team with Captain Britain's awakened abilities are going to be available. So this is just one giant long 3-hour advertisement for the Illuminati team and Captain Britain's awakened. You can't even use Mephisto, right? So they don't want you to use Mephisto against Captain Britain because it's probably going to win, right? No duh. But they're not allowing that for anything either. And it's going to be level 100 identical accounts. No diamonds, which is really interesting because on the I don't know if it's under embargo, so I'm actually not entirely sure. But anyways, you can beat there are ways you can beat the Illuminati team, but diamonds obviously are a big part of our roster, right? Like a lot of us now have diamonds on our characters, and so going up against a Captain Britain is easier with diamonds than if it is without it. And a lot of us do have diamonds on a variety of different characters, so that makes a pretty big deal. And they're not using those. So I mean, obviously, if the Illuminati team is going to be forced to be at G18, 7 yellow, 7 red, of course it's going to be strong, right? Who the hell is running with a 7 yellow, 7 red Captain Britain? Probably almost nobody. I don't know how many people are actually going to have that. Maybe, like the top 100 Krakens, or whoever decides to buy into that, but it's not going to be something you're going to see normally. And I think that even if you do see him, it's probably going to be within the 3 to 5 star range, right? Like you're not going to see I doubt it. Like I who knows, right? I guess I'm not going to say I doubt it, but it's unlikely. Put it that way. And the amount of people that are actually going to have Captain Britain at all, they have to put in like what was it, $300, $300 US dollars, $400 US dollars, something like that. Anyways, it's not cheap, right? I digress. There's going to be some rewards, a new room. I think the Duelim room was season 9 for room 6, so yeah, it's going to happen. There you go. Let's move back to the blog anyways. Anything else to talk about? The events, right? So we have the Summer Camp Discovery, like I talked about in the beginning, and that's going to be about spending campaign energy to get these summer camp tickets. And as far as I'm aware, you can spend these camp tickets on orbs. And like I said, there is a red gear orb or a gear that contains red gear. An orb that contains red gear. One of the two. But literally, this event is entirely just spending campaign energy. So it's not very difficult. I do have the charts though, just so we can take a look, quick browse. Of course, the event video though will be on Sunday. So keep an eye out for that. Make sure you like this video. Subscribe to the channel and you ring that notification bell to make yourself aware of when that goes live. Let's bring up Summer Camp Discovery over here and let's go into full screen mode. And you can see on the right hand side here that there is some lab supplies. You can also see some Sasquatch shards. There's about 15 of those. There's also some Queen Entourage orbs. 2 of them, in fact. They're complete and utter garbage. I'm sure you've already opened the free one from the web free claim and you got like sometimes a chance of no shards for Shuri. And you got some legendary characters that you might already have maxed out. But you can't, it wasn't even enough shards to max them, to rank them up. So it's just utterly insane why they're even giving away shards for Black Bolt and Iron Man, who are permanent events that you can do that way if you really so choose. And it's pretty easy to do at this point since they're changing the requirements. So there's the event item. You can see down here, it's all about earning the summer camp tickets, which you get for spending campaign energy. So that part's not hard. I do want to bring up the web milestone as well. This is a 7-day event, literally, of just spending summer camp tickets. So check out on the video on Sunday, the event video. We're going to break that down, and it'll be a lot easier there about how much or what we expect to happen, I guess, the currency exchange ratio, energy to currency ratio, that kind of thing. And this is Coordinated Adventure, which is the alliance-based milestone. Pretty typical, I think, for something like this. You get some blue 4 and 5 ions. You're spending ISO 8 energy on an alliance event for 5 days, right? So depending on how, how many cores you want to put into this, what's typically, I mean, you're normally getting like, I don't know, like around here, right? Like milestone 12 and 13, something like that. I honestly probably wouldn't even core into it. I don't think I would. I don't think the rewards in there. If you're a late game alliance, you probably don't even need most of this stuff anyways. So I would not spend cores on this, and I would just save it for the next leaderboard event, because it turns out that this one does not. So it's probably going to be the following week that's going to have the leaderboard attached to it, and you might need your power cores for that. So that's personally what I would recommend to do in that instance. Let's jump back. I think that's literally it. There's the quick rumble, of course, with Superior 6, Orcs Golden Bounty. We talked about that. Friday Free Claim, Lab Supplies, and 2,500 Wilderness Orb Fragments. The orbs actually were not terrible. They did contain some pretty good characters outside of Sunfire. And so while it was not a lot of Sasquatch shards, there were some unfarmables in there, including Spider Society and Alpha Flight. So I honestly didn't mind this orb that bad, despite that, there's other ways that we're getting shards for Sasquatch. So I don't think it's really that big of a deal. That's going to be, there's some stuff on Time Heist, but honestly, I'm not going to go over it. They already discussed this in a previous blog. So if you're interested in the new versions of the Time Heist, I recommend checking out those blogs a little bit more. And if you made it this far, everybody, I just want to, thank all of the support that I've been getting in recent days over my issues, especially with regards to Loki. You might have seen it in a recent video that I do have a GoFundMe page started for this because some of the vet bills that I've been accumulating up has been really disastrous for me. It's been a bit of a struggle, and it's been very stressful. Honestly, over the last few days, you might have seen gaps that I normally would put out a video every single day. I put out some Discord announcements regarding it as well. So I just want to thank everyone for their support, and hopefully things will start to get back to normal pretty soon. So that's going to be it for me. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, everybody, and I'll see you in the next video. Boilon signing out.